feels like it slows down when I'm with you.
Yeah, and I wish it would stay like that. I want this moment to last forever. We sit there with our arms around each other for about 15 minutes.
Allie, I wish it was for real. Not with your avatar, but with the real you. I would like this moment to continue forever then. I can't even feel the warmth from your avatar. Especially the kiss.
Oh. Okay, I'm here even if it's not for real.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Blair. I love you. I love you even if you aren't here. I will always love you.
I will always love you too.
Okay, we should probably get going.
Yeah, but I have to admit, it was nice getting a hug like that.
I enjoyed it just as much as you. Now, come on, let's explore a bit.
We both get up and we head deeper into the park. I hold Monica's hand as we walk. We continue along until we reach the other end of the park.
Oh, I guess this is the end of the path. I guess we should turn back around.
Yeah. Next time I'll bring you to a bigger park so we have more time.
Okay.
We head back the way we came. I grab a quick drink from my water bottle and I hand Monica hers. She also takes a sip. We keep moving along until we reach the entrance we came through. The sun slowly starts... Oop, I blinked away. The sun slowly starts to go down as we walk down the street. Our hands are locked together as we walk. Monica smiles sweetly at me as we walk. During the entire time we were During the entire time we were walking, we haven't actually spoken about much. Instead, it was a comfortable silence. Together, there is no gap between us. Monica is snuggled up against me with her eyes closed. She leans her head on my shoulder as we walk. She is relying entirely on me to guide and protect her. I let go of her hand and wrap my arm around her shoulder. We continue walking along until we reach our house. Did you walk there? By the time we reach home, the sun is slowly setting over the horizon. Monica is still snuggled up against me. I unlock the door and we step inside. I set down the backpack onto the couch. Are we just having leftovers for supper then?
Yeah, let's just do that. I'm feeling a bit lazy today.
Alright, I'll go warm it up.
Okay.
I grab some of today's lunch and slap it into the microwave. Too bad it's going to lose that fresh taste. But it's still good. The food finishes warming up and I take it out. Monica walks into the room dressed in her PJs.
Is it done?
Yep, dig in. We both eat our fill from the leftovers. I clean up the plates and Monica goes into the living room and turns on the TV. I hear her sort through the channels. I finish up cleaning and go join her. Monica relaxed herself with her legs on the couch and set a nice atmosphere to watch something together. The only source of light is the TV, which Monica has left on with a show that's about to begin. So what are we watching?
I'm not sure, but this caught my attention.
I don't know what that is either.
It's an anime about a bunch of school idols, apparently. I think I've seen it before somewhere while I was looking through things online.
Okay, looks interesting. I take a seat next to her. Monica starts the show and we snuggle up next to each other.
To be honest, I haven't thought much about anime. I've always spent my time reading.
The first episode begins, and the intro song begins to play. Monica watches the TV with a very interested expression.
This seems like a nice show.
Yeah, it does. We watch a few more minutes of it. Eventually, we get to a point where the climax of the episode is nearing.
Oh, I think another song is about to start.
As if on cue, the girls in the show go on stage and begin to perform. The insert song starts up, and the girls start singing. The insert song? I feel that we have a chance. Yes, let's push forward. I don't want to regret it later, but our future lies right ahead. Monica listens intently and starts to bop her head a bit to the beat.
It surprises me how well these songs are made. You can tell a lot of effort was put into the creation of it. The composing, singing, the animation. It all fits in just so nicely.
We continue watching. It's nice to see Monika's view in all this. It still surprises me how much she knows about music. She still practices piano at school, but I didn't think she knew so much about it. Soon enough, I think I'll buy her a piano when I get the chance. Bruh, that is heckin' expensive. I think she'd like that.
Hey, Hallie! Do you watch anime?
Not really.
Oh, okay. Why so?
Honestly, I really don't have the time. I also don't really have, the means. But there's also the fact that not a lot of anime really appeals to me.
Oh, that's understandable. Maybe you could watch it on the weekends. I would love to spend an evening with you like that.
The episode concludes and Monika yawns a bit.
I think we should head to bed now. It's getting late.
Yeah, I think so too. We slowly walk upstairs into our bedroom, as I wonder how one would yawn only a bit. I climb into bed and Monika lays down next to me.
Good night, sweetie.
Good night. We wrap our arms around each other and I close my eyes. I begin to doze off with a new day with Monika ahead of me. Day 3, the taste of outings, Sunday. As I wake up, I don't see Monika next to me as she usually is. However, a certain smell is coming from downstairs. As I groggily wake up, I hear the clanking of pots. Monika's probably making something for breakfast. I decide to go shower and get myself changed into my regular clothes. Once I'm done, I go downstairs to see what Monika's up to. I walk into the kitchen and see a freshly brewed pot of coffee and Monika beside the stove cooking some porridge with cinnamon and a bit of sugar. Good morning.
Morning.
I grab 2 cups from the cupboard. I pour each of us a cup of coffee. Monika turns off the stove and places the porridge on the table. After I place the cups at our seats, I grab 2 bowls and set them at the seats too. Carefully, Monika fills the bowls with the porridge she made. The aroma of the cinnamon fills the air. Smells delicious.
I hope you like it.
We each eat our fill. Most people would think that porridge is a pretty boring and plain food. However, the way she made it has that feeling again. I can tell she puts every bit of effort to make these meals, and the effort pays off. Monika, I don't know how you do it. Whatever you make just has that wonderful feel to it.
Remember what I told you about making food with love?
Yes, that's the secret ingredient. Love. It's what makes any meal eaten taste better. Every minute spent together a dream come true. And it defines the bond between us. It works its magic in many beautiful miracles. We finish up breakfast and we get to washing the dishes.
Hey, Hallie. Do you want to go on a date today?
Alright. Anywhere in mind?
Yep. Remember the park you brought me to yesterday?
I'm guessing you want to go there?
I thought we could pack some food and have a picnic together.
Okay.
Can I make the food?
Sure, why not? Statement of the question. You're a much better cook than I am anyway.
Oh, don't say that. Your food tastes just as good.
Thanks, but you're still better than me. I'll go prepare the supplies while you do that.
Okay.
I go and start grabbing all the things we could need. Basket, blanket, sunscreen, bug spray. I pick up an old frisbee from the back of the closet. I'll bring it along. We could probably make use of this. I continue to pack up all the things into a backpack. I set down the basket on the counter and Monika begins loading it with the sandwiches and drinks she made.
Thanks, you.
Well, don't ask me where that came from. It just said thanks. I set the backpack next to the kitchen entrance. I grab A2 plates and a handful of utensils and set them in the basket. I fill up our thermoses with a fresh batch of coffee and Monika just finished brewing. Setting them in the basket, I also grab some salt and pepper shakers. I cover the tops with some plastic wrap and set them in the basket too. As Monika prepares some more food, I hear her quietly humming Your Reality. We continue to prepare our things as I begin to hum along with her. What will it take just to find that special day? We set down the packed things beside each other. Oh, did it again.
I'm going to go get changed into something nicer.
Okay. Monica goes upstairs. I double-check the bags to make sure we haven't forgotten anything. I scrounge around a bit before Monica comes back dressed in a nice dress.
What do you think about this one?
You look beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Ready to go?
Yep.
I grab the backpack and pick up the basket. Thankfully, we didn't pack too much, so it isn't heavy at all. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. For a second, I couldn't tell through the text box what was going on. Her arms are behind the skirt. I open the door for Monica and we step outside. I lock the door with my free hand and we set off towards the park. It's nice how we finished up the pamphlets early. Now we can do stuff like this instead of working on them.
Yeah. I bet the other club members are only starting now.
Probably. Monica grabs the other handle of the basket and we carry it together. We follow the same route as we did yesterday, and soon enough we make it to the entrance. We stroll through the entrance and I look for a good spot. There's a nice small open area surrounded by a few park trees which I notice, but I also spot a great big open area. There's also a pond nearby which also seems like a nice spot also. What should I choose? Oh, we get to pick where to go. Well, we're gonna need the big open area if we're gonna play frisbee. Let's go over there.
Okay.
We move into the middle of the patch. Okay, this looks like a good spot. Let's unpack here.
Okay.
Monica takes out the blanket we brought and sets it down on the grass. I lay the basket on top of it, and Monica takes out the plates and utensils from the basket. I look into the basket. There's a few sandwiches, some chocolate, a thermos filled with coffee, and a salad. Looks good.
I hope you like it just as much as when you taste it.
I take 2 sandwiches and place them on the plates while Monica pours some coffee for the both of us. It's perfect weather for doing this.
Yeah, it is.
I brought along a frisbee, so once we're done eating, you want to play around for a while?
Okay. But food comes first.
I'm excited to try it. We eat our sandwiches. She also brings out the salad, and we enjoy that too. I reach into the basket and grab the chocolate. I break off a square and hold it out to her. Say, ah.
Ah.
She said with her mouth closed.
No.
Monica eats the chocolate.
Okay, my turn.
She also breaks off a piece.
Ah.
I eat the chocolate too. We continue to take turns feeding each other chocolate until the entire bar finally disappears.
Aw, that's so... We should have packed more.
Don't worry, we still have some time, we still have some at home.
All right then.
Well, if we're done eating, let's play with the frisbee a bit.
Okay.
I grab the frisbee from the backpack, and we make a few paces away from each other. I toss the frisbee over to Monica. She catches it and tosses it back to me. However, the wind has decided to blow the frisbee to the side, so it makes a small thump as it hits the ground. Monica chuckles a bit as I run over to grab it. Very funny. As she's a bit distracted, I toss the frisbee a bit harder, a bit. This time the wind blew against me, so the frisbee just flipped and lightly hit me on... lightly hit my head as it fell. As Monica sees this, she breaks out in laughter. I try tossing the frisbee one more time. This time, while Monica is laughing her heart out, the wind gently carries the frisbee and it falls on top of her head. Bullseye! She grabs the frisbee from her head.
How did you do that?
I'm wondering too, that's like nearly impossible. Magic!
Okay, let me try this time.
She tries tossing the frisbee. As it flies, a strong gust of wind blows. It carries the frisbee a bit farther away. After it! We chase after the frisbee. Just as it falls, I jump out and catch it just before it does. I land on the ground with a thud.
Are you okay?
Ugh. Yeah, I'm fine. I turn around onto my back. Monica lays down next to me. The wind sure does some weird things.
Yeah. I still can't believe how accurate you are with a frisbee.
Nah, it was just the wind.
Look over there.
She points to a strange cloud.
It looks like a duck.
I squint a bit. Oh yeah, it does. Look at that one. I point to a cloud as well. That one looks like a bowl. We spend a bit more time pointing out many other cloud shapes and imagining what they could be. We laugh a bit more and then just quietly hold hands while staring into the beautiful blue of the sky.
If only it was the real you. It feels good to be with your avatar as if it was you. But I still wish it was for real. Looking at the sky, pointing to the clouds, holding hands.
Same here, Monica.
Well, I'm happy to be like that anyway. I just always worry that you feel bad that you are not with me.
Don't worry, Monica. Even if I am not with you, I love you.
I love you too. I love you with all my heart.
I check my watch for the time. 5:24. Hey, Monica. We should probably start packing up. It's starting to get late. We have the festival tomorrow, too.
Yeah, you're right. I wish we could stay longer, though.
Monica gets up and I follow. I start packing up all the stuff we brought. Monica takes the leftovers and puts them in the salad bowl. And covers it with a plate. I pick up the blanket and everything else and stuff it into the backpack. Once again, we share the carrying of the basket and we make our way home. Hey Monica, statement, not a question. Tomorrow, let's do our best to make the festival unforgettable.
Yeah, let's do it.
We reach the front door. I unlock it and we step inside. I drop the backpack beside the couch and Monica brings the basket into the kitchen. After she does that, she goes upstairs. I unload all the stuff and put them in their proper places. A bit later, she comes back and goes back into the kitchen.
Hallie, are we just having today's leftovers for supper?
Yeah, there should be enough.
Okay, I'll leave them on the counter.
Alright. I put away the backpack and I go upstairs to get changed into my sleepwear as well. I quickly swap out my clothes and head back downstairs. I walk in to see Monica warming up the leftover sandwiches in a small sandwich grill. I go and grab 2 oranges from the pantry and a juicer. I take the juicer and start squeezing out the oranges. I then pour it into 2 glasses for us. Monica takes the sandwiches out of the grill and cuts them into halves. They nicely steam from the melted cheese in them as she places them on plates. We sit down and enjoy our supper together. After that, I go to wash the dishes and clean up the kitchen. I finish washing up the dishes, and Monica comes up behind me. She wraps her arms around me.
Tomorrow's the big day.
Yeah, I can't wait to spend it with you. We stay like that for a bit.
Did you write your poem yet?
Not yet.
Neither have I. Let's go upstairs and do them.
How did you get the poetry pamphlets done if you don't have your poems in them? Okay, we go upstairs. We sit down at my desk and we start writing. Oh, we can do it again. I'm just gonna mash on through. I mean, I guess we could stop and look at some of the words they picked for Monica. Or we could just mash on through. And get a whole bunch of chibis jumping. And that's all done now. I put my poem into my bag and zip it up. Monica is still writing intently.
All done?
Yeah, what about you?
Almost. I'm just adding a few finishing touches to it.
Okay.
And there we go.
Monica closes her notebook and puts it in her bag. Ready to go to sleep?
Yeah, let's go.
Monica hops into bed, and I go to turn off the lights. Then I slide into bed next to Monica. Good night, my love.
Good night.
And I close my eyes as I drift away into the land of dreams.